Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I'm your host Anthony Gamer, and I'm Larry the Lion. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing the Putt-Putt games. The Adventures of Putt-Putt is a children's adventure and puzzle computer games that were created by Humongous Entertainment and thought up by Shelley Day, a computer programmer, as a series of bedtime stories for her son Travis. These games follow the adventures of Putt-Putt, a purple anthropomorphic convertible car, and his friend Pep the dog. Putt-Putt lives in a fictional Earth that is civilized by anthropomorphic vehicles. There are no humans, as far as we've seen, and most of the car characters use their whip antenna as a makeshift arm to grab objects. Aside from being highly recommended by both parents, fans, and educators alike, this series has won several software awards in both children's and in educational categories. These games have really high educational value, as I can tell you from being a former educator myself. Some of the lessons that children will learn from playing these games are, of course, reading, word recognition, spelling, math computation, math application, memorization, helping others, conservation, and good citizenship. Being a former educator myself and a parent, I can tell you that kids will enjoy these games. My daughter was playing them real early on, and she continued to play them pretty much until she got too old for it. These games are recommended for children between the ages of 3 and 8. Parents will enjoy these games as well, as it's an activity that you can play right along with your children. I can tell you the truth that my daughter and I had a lot of fun and many hours playing these games together. Along with these games, there were also 7 books featuring the continuing adventures of Putt-Putt and his friends. In 1997, Humongous made a deal with Lancet Media Entertainment to make an animated Putt-Putt TV series along with videotapes and movies. Unfortunately, this never came to pass, which is too bad because I bet it would have been a lot of fun. Oh yeah, for sure. After we watch the games, I'm going to tell you how you can get these great Putt-Putt games at a very affordable price. I'm going to be discussing these games in chronological order. So the first game was released in 1992, and that was Putt-Putt Joins the Parade. Alright, in this game, you take on the role of our little purple friend Putt-Putt, and he wants to take part in a parade in Cartown, where he lives. In order to do that, he has to collect some items so that he can participate. Through trial and error, you learn about which items you need to pick up and what you do in order to get those items. This is also the game where Putt-Putt meets his friend Pep, who is featured throughout the rest of the games. That's correct, Larry, and there are several characters that will also be reoccurring throughout the many games to come. One thing you'll notice is that the character of Putt-Putt does change a little bit as time goes on. Right, as this was the first game, I don't think they'd quite figured out exactly what they wanted him to look like. So you'll see, as Larry said, that through time he kind of develops a little bit into the lovable character that he will become. In the next game from 1993, we have Putt-Putt Goes to the Moon. In this game, Putt-Putt is accidentally shot into outer space by one of his car friends who likes to make rockets and other fireworks. He lands on the moon and is trying to find his way back home. Along the way, he runs into some really interesting characters and meets someone who will become his lifelong friend, Rover, a space rover that was left behind by some astronauts when they visited the moon. And next up, from 1995, we have my personal favorite and the first Putt-Putt game I ever played, and that is Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo. In this game, Putt-Putt's friend Outback Owl is going to be opening the Car Town Zoo. However, there is a slight problem. Several of the animal babies have been separated from their parents, and it's up to Putt-Putt and Pep to find the babies and bring them back to their respected parents and habitat.
One other thing you forgot to mention is there are several mini-games within each of these games that teach valuable lessons or just for fun.
Exactly. Like in this game, you have a hockey game with a polar bear.
Also, don't forget that during the course of this game and pretty much all the other ones, you're actually able to paint Putt-Putt any color you want, and it will remain like that until you change his color back or to another color.
I honestly have to say that of all the games in this series, I think this one has the most life lessons, other than that of straight education, as there are several lessons that are learned throughout this game about sharing, problem solving, and other things such as that. And now for today's trivia question. What famous voice actor performed the role of Putt-Putt in 2 of the games? You think you know the answer? Wait till the end and see if you're correct. And next, from 1997, we have Putt-Putt Travels Through Time. Alright, in this game, Putt-Putt is going to write a history report. Unfortunately, several items that he needs have been sent back in time to different time periods, and he has to go back and retrieve them all. Not only that, he has to help several people throughout history to solve problems of their own in order that they can help him to get what he needs. He needs to get all the items and get back home in time to write his history report and go to school. Like the other games, this one has several mini-games, and actually this one is quite a bit more difficult than the previous games. At least I found it to be that way. And this one takes a little bit longer than the previous games as well. Although the animation is great and there are several really fun activities, this is one that's going to take a little bit longer and probably will require a little bit more patience than some of the other games in the series. And next, from 1998, we have Putt-Putt Enters the Race. In this game, Putt-Putt wants to enter the Cartown 500, an annual race. However, before he can enter the race, he needs to pick up some very important items, some modifications, if you will, for safety and for him to be able to enter the race. By doing favors to as many friends around Cartown, he's able to acquire the items he needs in order to get in the race, and learn some valuable life lessons along the way.
At the conclusion of the game, you're actually able to participate in the race itself. This one has to be probably, in my opinion, the most overall fun of all the games in the series.
I have to agree with you on that one, Larry. Although not as challenging as the previous game, this one has to be near the top for the most fun game that you will have in this series. And next up, from 2000, we have Putt-Putt Joins the Circus.
That would be dangerous.
The circus is in town. Unfortunately, a lot of very important items that are necessary for the acts, including ones that are safety, have come up missing. So before the show can go on, Putt-Putt has to help the members of the circus to find these important items. You have some great songs and music sequences, as well as some really cool mini-games.
You also meet some really colorful characters, as well as 2 characters from a previous game.
Right you are, Larry. One of the most important aspects of this game is learning to help others. By doing good deeds in this game, good things will happen to you. So by helping one person, you are able to help someone else. In what would be the final game of the series, the Putt-Putt games had been sold to another company, Atari. Not the Atari you're probably familiar with, but anyway, they would release one more game and then cancel the series. This game from 2003 is called Putt-Putt Pep's Birthday Surprise. In this game, Putt-Putt's constant companion and best friend, Pep the Pup, becomes sad when he realizes he doesn't have a birthday and has never had a birthday party. As Putt-Putt found Pep in the very first game, he has no idea when the pup's true birthday is, so he decides that he will pick the day that they met as Pep's birthday. And Putt-Putt has decided to throw a surprise birthday party for Pep for his first birthday.
With the help of his many friends and from businesses around town, Putt-Putt is sure to throw what will be the party of the year.
And now the big question, where can you get these games? Well, up until a few years ago, they were out of print. But if you head over to Steam, you can actually purchase all the Putt-Putt games that are these 7, plus the utility games for $49.99. Now, if that sounds like a lot, don't forget you're getting several different games and utilities that will be a great learning experience for your children or grandchildren. Also, you can actually purchase all of the programs and utilities made by Humongous Entertainment at Steam for $99.99. And this includes all of the Putt-Putt games, the Freddy Fish games, and several others. Still not convinced? I can't believe they're not convinced. Well, some people may not be. Okay, so if you are still not convinced, head over to our Facebook page at the link you see in the description below, and you can watch these games being completed from beginning to end. Yeah, now that will give you an idea of how much fun these games are, and probably will help motivate you to purchase them for your children or grandchildren.
And the answer to today's trivia question: what is the name of the famous voice actor that actually performed the voice of Putt-Putt in 2 of the games? And the answer is Nancy Cartwright. She is most well known for doing the voice of Bart Simpson and many other characters on The Simpsons TV show.
Well, that brings us to the end of another exciting episode of Classic Gamer 74. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to give us a great big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload new episodes.
In our next episode, we're going to be discussing vintage arcade games. Anthony? Yeah? Don't we do that a lot? No, you don't understand. I'm talking real vintage arcade games, like before 1977. Oh man. Yep, so you will not want to miss that.
And now for the big announcement. Next week will be my final episode for a while, as I'm going to be taking a hiatus. How exactly long this will be, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a month or 2. It's hard to say. In the meantime, I'll be uploading some bonus content that I had been working on before and had never uploaded. And I'll have some small little tidbits that I'll be uploading between now and the end of the hiatus. So keep an eye on this channel and on my social media accounts and see what I'll be up to during that time period. Well, until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer, and I'm Larry Lion, and we will see you all in the next episode. Until then, be happy, be safe, and stay healthy. See you soon. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Hey, Anthony, I got a question. Yeah, what's that?
What do you plan on doing during the hiatus from the channel?
I don't know, find stuff to do with the wife, stuff to do with my daughter, probably do some writing, a lot of reading, fishing for sure. I don't know what else. I'll just find all kinds of stuff to do, probably some stuff around the house. How about you?
Yeah, probably some stuff around the house or whatever else Lillian finds for me to do.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, I guess I'll see you next week then.
All right, have a good week.
You too.